Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Sorry I look wrecked right now, but it's late and I just thought I would come on here and discuss a couple things with you. So the first matter I'd like to discuss is that seeking arrangement sucks a big bag of dicks.
Are you the kind of person who likes some excitement? Maybe a night on the town with friends? What about a romantic dinner with that special someone? Do you love people? Do you love puppies? People and places where people and puppies populate, like parks, playgrounds, and planetarium and pizza place parking plazas? Do you love to spend all your time pouring passion into others? Well, at leavemealone.org, we don't care. Yes. leavemealone.org. We show you the countless reasons why living a completely isolated and bitter life is the choice of millions of Americans just like you. Hey, we'll show you pages of parcels from our members just telling this organization to leave me alone. From protection orders to full-blown paternity and police wellness visits gone wrong.
I went to leavemealone.org because I'm in the witness protection program. I needed people to leave me alone right away. Now I live a life that's completely lonely. I did this commercial just so that hey!
That's right. Whether you are completely off the grid or just getting some of your first solar panels, leavemealone.org is like having the stench of a rotting raccoon carcass all around you at all times. But all you smell is the fresh, pure, clean scent of total isolation. Free at last. No more bugs, pollutants, or knocks on the door from people who claim to be your children. Yes, at leavemealone.org, we pamper our members with all the sweet alone time that you can track online. Helplessly watch other blips on a screen fall while your newfound numbers grow. We call them aloofs. Watch your aloof points grow through the roof while you log countless reclusive hours in your mom's basement mining Bitcoin and anonymously scamming sugar babies on a sugar daddy website called Seeking Arrangements.
Here at Seeking Arrangements, we're a bag of dicks.
Learn powerful phrases like, really? And, hey! And a crowd favorite, fine. Here is what prominent people have to say. I have leprosy, and people don't realize it's a thing. LeaveMeAlone.org has left me alone since the first day. In fact, the camera crew is packing up right now. Hey guys, I'm making chicken fingers. I'm a crossing guard from another commercial. And if this has anything to do with Mama's crosswalk smelling like a raccoon, I'm out! We have people joining leavemealone.org every day. Call now and talk to the last person you'll ever have to talk to. Free will can finally be yours today. Do all the things you've only wished you could do alone.
After the loss of a job, a bad accident, and medical bills that just kept piling up, LeaveMeAlone.org came along and made sure the Postal Service and their employees leave me alone forever.
Now that's peace of mind when the federal government leaves you alone. That's right. Outlaw those political ads. Prune away landscapers. Make sure everyone gets the message with LeaveMeAlone.org. Learn how to slam doors while shouting the words, leave me alone!
Leave me alone!
No? Deborah? More like you want to slam? Slam
sure.
on alone.
Leave me alone.
Leave me alone. And then go, alone.
Alone.
Slam.
Alone.
Bad facial tattoo? 666 behind the ears? We know, and we don't care. Are you the town drunk or the neighborhood perv? Well, not anymore. When you're peeking out your blinds at night, you can be assured just having the sign in your yard says you mean business.
I look and talk just like the greatest president ever of the United States, but I'm not. This is fake news. I have to fire people. Okay, hold on. I'm doing commercial here. What do you want? Really? Hey! Fine. You're fired. Okay, I'm back. The Supreme Court backs me up on this. I'm the most bullied person on the planet. LeaveMeAlone.org. It was made for me. They do a good job.
Okay, let's get back
Okay,
to
back to these pictures.
Yeah.
Do you want me standing over here?
Yeah.
Back up.
Good.
How do you like the smile? Big smile?
Good. Over
Okay,
here.
what's wrong with it? It's fine, isn't it? Back up. Okay, smile. I'm smiling.
He is childish boy. Here I am, First Lady. I'm the most bullied person on the planet. LeaveMeAlone.org was my idea. These teenage little boy people with all these cameras around. I already have a clothing line with my I don't care outerwear, raincoats, severe drought and starvation gear for homeless like me. I just won't live in this White House like this
All right, I'll
and
say
be
the
bullied
word
by
cheese.
these teenage little boys.
Over here by the
These
couch.
teenage little boy people. LeaveMeAlone.org. You should call. I will answer. And trust me, I don't want to talk to you either.
Melania,
I
what are
plan
you
to tell
doing over
every
there?
person on the planet to leave
Who are
me
you
alone.
talking to?
If I have to.
Is this a porno?
What
What are we doing here? Can we stop for a
stop
minute?
bullying?
Melania, what are you
It's a
doing
problem.
over there?
That is all.
I have a wedding.
Siri!
Siri.
Siri!
Siri.
You see, LeaveMeAlone.org works by leaving everyone alone unless a person takes themselves off our list. And since we leave everyone alone, well, no one gets off the list. Simple, right? So welcome to you and your family to LeaveMeAlone.org. There is no me in alone. So if you're tired of your privacy, protection, and all the poking and prodding, put down the phone today. Don't call us today. We know who you are. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave.
My friends, welcome, my friends. Friends,
It was a beautiful
it
day.
is a beautiful day.
The sun beat
The sun is beating down,
radio.
and you've got your radio on for this fine program I've prepared for you and your family.
I was singing
If you got one,
a little runaway.
or maybe you're a runaway, or you're running down a dream, that's for sure. Yeah.
Come to me.
Get on down there, yeah.
Working on a mystery.
Guys,
Going wherever
can you believe that episode 7
down a drain.
is coming in? Coming in like hellfire.
Felt so good.
I haven't even told you about the show.
Anything was possible.
Anything's possible today.
Lose control.
We're not on cruise control. We are rubbing our eyes about what is before us. I mean, these last 3 days, it's been dry. We haven't had rain for a while. And it warmed up a little bit, but the sun has been beautiful. And people, I want to tell you
Down a drain.
about
Never would come to
a
me.
possible guest on the show.
Working on a mystery.
I don't even know if it's gonna happen. I'm waiting by my phone like a teenager. I've been texting with this person now. He was my customer a couple days ago. I did a singing telegram to his girlfriend on the outside. Oh baby, she was not receptive, and so I rolled on.
The sky grew dark.
But things grew dark, and I put the pedal down and I Googled this guy. You know, I wanted to make some more time, I guess.
There's something
And there was something good that I found
down this road.
waiting down this road.
Picking up
And I picked it up.
is mine.
It's mine now.
I'm running down a drain.
This guy might call me back from the big house. I don't know where he is. He's my new pal. I want him to call. But it's a dream. I'm running down a dream, baby. Might not even happen. Look, this show 7 has to be better than episode 6. Or I can't take 6 down, bitches. All right, I called you bitches and I didn't mean that. You know that. You know I love you. All right, so I'm waiting. I'm hoping the phone's gonna ring right here any minute, and you can tell I'm killing time, but what else am I gonna do? This is the lead-in song for the show that this show. No, it's not because I'm doing anything great on the guitar. That's for goddamn sure about that. Listen to that. That cat died years ago too, so there's no need, have no mercy on that one.
Friends, my podcast has been taken off the Facebook. My friends Alex and Yilo Mikhailovich, they're all off the Facebook now. We'll all have to go to vote now to be heard. God damn it, Reddit won't even have us over at the Donald. My friends, this is fake news. Snoozing. It's fake snooze is what it is. Now for opium. Sweet opium. I'm microdosing opium these days. People, you just take a tiny bit. Tiniest little bit of opium. You feel great all day. You feel great all day. Yeah, whoa, thanks, guys. Whoa, let them out of here, okay? I want to tell you, I was microdosing Bear aspirin, children's aspirin. They're so good, though. I just kept eating them. That orange flavor it's indelible, I tell you. Now, my guest, Jeremy Johnson.
Hi, this is Jeremy. I have been texting you on and off. Can you give me a call when you get a chance? 602-3.
Not his real number.
I'm trying to coordinate something with you for tomorrow. Thank you.
Tomorrow? There he is, Jeremy Johnson. Hey, if you've ever been billed once for something, and then a month later got billed again, and then a month later, that's the magic of Jeremy Johnson. And he got in a little bit of trouble. Tried to make up for it by being friends with some attorney generals that we had here in our great state. And they were the kind of guys that did it, you know, like they've always been doing it, you know? You wanna grease the wheels of justice? And, you know, they got caught doing that here in our great state. And so what it ends up being is that our friend Jeremy ends up being the hero of the day because he gets these 2 dirtbags out of the office. I mean, these guys were just, I don't know where to begin with their, but they're out. And our new folks are really good. I gotta give Reyes, I gotta give him the compliment where it's due because he really is doing a great job, even though I may not believe completely with his politics. So we'll get back to that. But you need some backstory because I started the show thinking I was going to do this whole show on dating services and places like Seeking Arrangements. I've done all this hard work, all this research, all of these email, but I'm shifting gears because of this event, this phone call. Now, you need some backstory, and I've given you a little bit about him, but we left off last week on 6. We're talking about 6s. We were talking about the event horizons of seemingly impossible situations that just pull us into their spiral. Like a black hole, like a whirlpool, right? Any of those things are just fine. And now, here we are, looking at our world economy and looking at how that applies to our riches and to our not so riches. I came across this the other day on the worldwide interweb, where we find all of our entertaining things, and anonymous comments from people who may or may not be who they say they are. But this one, here's the person. Here's this person. For some reason, I attract these people into my life. I don't do anything super extraordinary. I'm not famous, but I count many people with ultra high net wealth among my close friends. And I've spent more time than I can even believe with 8 different billionaires. Who knew there were 8? This is not just meet and greet time. This is a small group and even one-on-one time. I dated the daughter of one billionaire several decades ago, so I've gotten a peek into this life. Okay? You've probably gotten a peek into who this may be. I don't know who it is, but maybe some people would. Now, he says, let's get one thing out of the way. There's gradations of rich, and he sees 4 breaking points. First, from 10 million to 30 million liquid, exclusive of the value of the primary residence. At this level, your needs are met. You can live very comfortably at a 4-5 star level. You can book a $2,000 suite for special occasions. You can fly first class internationally sometimes. You have a very nice house. Very nice. I like this. Is this yours? Are you renting? What is this? You can afford any health care you need. No emergency situation will destroy your life. But you're not rich, he says. Not the way that money matters. Because you still have to be prudent and be careful with all these decisions, etc., etc. And, you know, you what does he say? Unless you're really on the upper end of the scale, you know, where you're truly starting to become insulated from personal financial stuff, you know, your business stress is still going to exist. And the banking world doesn't even classify you as an ultra high net worth person. What a slap. I heard somebody say the old thing today, oh yeah, my wife wants to be a millionaire. It's too little too late, isn't it? All right, so now 30 to 100 million. Okay, we're on the dollar system here. At this point, you start playing with the big boys. This is what he says. You can fly private, though normally you charter a flight. You know, or you have a fractional jet with your pals, like net jets. You stay at 5-star hotels with me. You have multiple residences. You vacation in prime time. You rent a ski-in, ski-out villa in Aspen. Park City for Christmas. Or you go to Monaco for the Grand Prix. Or the film festival in Cannes. I mean, come on. So much for these people to do. He goes on and on and on. You'll socialize with congressmen, senators, the community, because you'll control an interest in a big company. You can buy any car you want. You have all your personal assistants. They're all starting to have people that will call other people if you want to talk to them. You can travel anywhere in any style. You can buy pretty much anything that normal people think of as rich people stuff. Okay, so why wouldn't you just stop there? Well, he has identified yet another classification. I am not aware of these folks. And it's 100 million to 1 billion. And he says, I know it's not a wide range, but life doesn't change much when you go from being worth 200 million to 900 million. I mean, come on. It doesn't. At this point, you have a private jet, multiple residences, staff, elite cars at each residence, ownership or significant control over a business entity that most of the public has heard of. It's your thing. You can socialize with movie stars, politicians, rock stars, corporate elite, the aristocrats. Now look, you may not get an invite to every party, but you've got people and staff. And the world is full of yes men, so your ability to buy things becomes an art. One of your vacation homes may be a 5-bedroom villa on an acreage in Cabo. But you know what? That's not impressive. You own a private island.
starting to be cool. But, it depends on the island, really. You just had dinner with your senator friend, your governor pal. Cool, but your billionaire friend just had dinner with the president.
Hey, man. I love you.
How come this could be, this could be Trump writing this, I guess. Okay, you have a new Ferrari, but your friend thinks their handling sucks and has a classic, only 5 exist in the world type of car. Oh, and did I mention women? Because at this level, or men, I guess, if you're, into that, and you're a woman, and or a man, if you're into whatever, it's starting to happen for you, okay? Every event, most parties, the Polo Club, ultra hot, world-class hotness all over you. Power and money, oh, they're an aphrodisiac, so you've got it in spades, man. Anything you want. Anything. It's biblical proportions. You might not emotionally connect, but damn, she's hot. So one thing that gets rare at this level, friends and family that love you for who you are. They exist, but it's pretty damn hard to know which ones they are. Ooh. Okay. It can't get worse, though, for the 1 billion club, right? All right. Here's what he says. I'm going to exclude the 10 billion plus crowd because, you know what? They live ahead of state life. But at 1 billion, life changes. You can buy anything, in broad terms, and this is what you can buy. And he goes on. And if you can imagine, it goes like this. You got access. Now you can just ask your staff to contact anyone, and you will get a call back. I've seen this firsthand, and it is mind-blowing the level of access and respect 1 billion plus gets you. In this case, I wanted to speak to the very well-known billionaire businessman. Call him Billionaire One. And I mentioned it, and next thing you know, he's got Billionaire One's person on the, oh my God. And the same is true for any access to a senator, rock bands, you want Blink 192, you want Van Halen, they got a price. Everyone has a price and you can pay it. So, you dream it, you have it. You want to play tennis with Pete Sampras? Off you go. It's Blink 182. Did I say that right? Have Hillary Clinton come speak at a dinner for you and your friends and pay her speaking fee. Man, she probably answers her own phone these days. So, our friend here goes on and on and on. I've said all the good stuff. I'm trying to find where he just brings this thing home. Anyway, that's a real long answer, but I have a unique perspective because I have seen behind the curtain of the great and mighty Oz and just wanted to share. Here's one thing that he says about perspective. The wealthiest person I have spent time with makes about $400 million a year. I couldn't get my mind around that until I did this. Okay, let's compare it with someone who makes $40,000 a year. It's 10,000 times more. So the math works the same. Let's look at prices the way that he might. A new Lambo, $235,000 becomes $23.50. Cha-ching! First class ticket internationally, $10,000 becomes a tough $1 to part with. A full-time executive level helper, $8,000 a month. That's 80 cents coming out of your teacher's salary. Let's say you love that $10 million piece of art. That's $1,000. You're gonna have to scrimp a little bit, save those seashells. I mean, that's an expensive Peugeot. So you have to plan a bit. So you can see there's literally nothing you can't buy except love. So sorry to sound so trite, but our friend is saying that it is nearly impossible to have a normal emotional relationship at this level. it is hard to sacrifice for another person when you're never asked to sacrifice anything. Money can solve all problems for someone, so you offer it because there is so much else to do. Your time is so valuable that you ration it, and that makes you lose connections with people. Anyway, that's a really long answer, he says, like a teenager, but, yada yada, got a good chance to look behind the curtain of the great and mighty Oz. Just wanted to share publicly, online now, for all to see. All right, I want to tell you right off the bat that on the other side of the spectrum, and I can't speak for the super poor, because they're usually in a position like his heads of states. They're in a level of super poorness that I just can't comment about. But for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. And rather than bore you by doing some big, long, creative speech that is completely opposite of what he's just said, I have to imagine that what Einstein was thinking, to make this a little bit easier, is look, at one end of the spectrum, you've got light. And at that spectrum, there's no time. It's all light. All light all the time. There's no time. And it's just no time passes. And you, for whatever reason, grow super huge. Okay, when you go from 0 to light speed. Now, when you go the other way on this spectrum, I guess you're trapped inside of you're going absolutely 0 relative to everything, inside of a black hole with the most amount of gravity holding you down possible, and that must be the other side. And they're 1,000 years pass for every second here on Earth, okay, relative to Earth. And so there are these very complex things that are happening in between, but there are these two poles that have this relationship of basically being opposite to the extremes. And so now you can see why it's so important that I preface that before we talk to him, because here is where we are today, where the old system is breaking down like statues of dictators. Folks, if you're a Gen Xer, Gen Y, Gen Z, Millennial, one of those, you are going to be aware of this new exciting technology we have. It's called text messaging. You know what? People have embraced it as if it's as good as any other form of communication. In fact, they don't really even use any other forms of communication these days. This is the preferred form of communication. So now, for the first time ever, to really show you how effective this form of communication is, I'm going to have a guest on the show via text message. That's right, people. I have Jeremy Johnson on the show. Let's all give him a big text message. Just think about the hands clapping emoji right now, or send it to somebody. I guess just send it to me. Send me the hand clapping emoji right now, Jeremy Johnson. And as I said, he's doing time for bringing down the AG's office when he was just, hey man, he was just playing it like they played it, You take these guys to your San Diego property and you wheel them, you deal them, give them the hot girls. You just heard what happens to these guys. And he was just playing along, just playing the game. And all of a sudden, he wasn't playing the game. And now he is in, gosh, it sounds like a pretty nice place in Arizona. And he's been texting me like a teenager. So without further ado, Jeremy Johnson. Okay, he actually is giving me the pray emoji right now. That's not two hands clapping, but all right, it's the pray. It is, well, maybe it is. That's the sound of two hands, but all right, so that's how he's going to kick this off. Okay, so I'm going to say, if you are Jeremy that brought down Swallow, see, he doesn't know that I know yet, so we're just about to find out if he might not. His name is Jeremy Johnson. Okay, he's in Arizona, so I'm pretty sure. I'm a fan. If you brought down Swallow, I'm a fan. And then he gives me the smiley thank you. He's digging the emojis. Okay, just making that connection. Happy as many would be to serve you, friend. Better to be a Johnson than a Bender. That's a little inside joke I have with him. Over there while he's doing time. It's a joke they have. He's a Johnson, all right? It's better to be a Johnson than a Bender. That's just a joke they have over there. I don't know what that means. All right. But he's laughing. He's got the tears coming out of the eye emoji now. Isn't this so much better than actually having him on the show? Isn't it? It's like he's right here. All right. And then he says, you know what they say, if they can't take a joke, LOL. Right? See, that's what you say if your last name is Johnson too, by the way. If you're Bender, that's not. You're probably not saying things like that. But he got lucky. And I said, but honestly, to get a decent DA and put those tools in their place, you are serving your country and mankind. I honestly believe that. And I know everybody disagrees with me. America! You let me know what I can do for you. I will bust you out. Guys, I didn't just admit to felony accomplishing somebody to get out. This is a fictitious show, and quite often I'll say something about, microdosing opiates, and then, all of a sudden I have to answer for that. Like, oh, really? Are you then? Yeah. All right, so what did he say to that? He says, you're killing me. All right, so then I said, you can be on my podcast and make history. Say when, LOL. I'll subscribe. What's the name? That's just so 5 years ago. Hot Roll on iTunes. I don't normally have guests, but I'll tell you, it's way more fun to be on the show. Because he seemed to think, what did I said? I said, you can be on my podcast and make history. Okay, that's what I said to him up there. And his, I'll subscribe. That's not making history. All right. So then he starts going all this stuff. Then he says, I'm looking for it now. Then I can tell he's listening because he says, don't make Don McLean write a song about you and not tell you what it means. And then I got the eyes again with the tears and the laughing. And that, I thought that was a good joke. I left it in the show. All right. So then I said, you're going to love it. Then fall asleep. Then love it again. I can't post a new one till it's better. Keep listening. Okay. And then nothing. That's it. That's what I hate about text messaging. Are you still like re-talking? I mean, like, I don't know. There's no thought bubble. So I've just now asked him, do you want to be on the show for fun? I won't do anything malicious. Is it something you can do? Look at this. No thought bubble. Nothing. You're telling me this guy is he away from his phone? I think that's all he's got, but maybe not. Now listen, he's a listener of the show. I got on KSL, the website, recently. That's just where we get all our news here, people. Okay, over here in Utah, we get our news on KSL. Okay, if we need somebody, we're going to go KSL. If we need to sell something, KSL. Okay, I got to sell something, KSL. Okay, that's how we talk down here in Utah. Okay, I got to sell something, KSL. Okay, in the name of Jesus Christ, man. That's how we... The chat rooms on KSL about our friend Jeremy Johnson are just full of people judging him, is what it gets down to be. And there's just so many better people to be judging, but they're saying these things about him, because they, I don't know who's on that side. I mean, yeah, he was in this bad business and all that stuff, and but there's lots of guys in the bad. What he did is he cleaned. Our DA is good now, and he got those two guys out. I'm sorry, all you people on KSL. You remember when the porn guy? What was his name?
Larry Flint.
Yeah, it had to be him that made our robust Constitution and First Amendment that much stronger to withstand the tests. All right, it's time now for the week's snooze. The week's snooze, and then we'll get back to continuous soft tits. Bite first by Mindy Weisberger, senior writer of Live Science. Ambien, other sleep aids get FDA's black box label, its strongest warning. Ambien and other prescription sleep medications are getting a new black box warning label from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. This type of label is the strongest that the agency issues, calling attention to side effects that can lead to serious injury or death. But you're sleeping. That's how everyone wants to go. So, this is a good way. If you want to die sleeping, this is your chance. The change follows the FDA's evaluation of reports describing rare but serious incidents that occurred when users of these medications experienced complex sleep behaviors, sleepwalking, sleep driving, and engaging in other activities while not awake. Sleep podcasting. I'm doing it now. A prominent boxed warning will now appear on the patient medication guides and prescription information for insomnia drugs such as Ambien, Sonata, Lunesta, and others. Iron Bara. The FDA investigated data spanning 26 years and found 66 examples of complex sleep behaviors associated with these medications. Patients performed actions that led to hypothermia, lost limbs after exposure to extreme cold. There were instances of carbon monoxide poisoning, drowning, apparent suicide attempts, self-inflicted gunshot wounds, and car crashes with the patient at the wheel. Yes, that Ambien, it just makes you feel so sleepy that all these other things just don't seem as important. Now, in most cases, the patients did not even remember the incidents that led to their injuries. So that right there is making the world a brighter place. I mean, you do all of that damage, and you don't even have to, you go the rest of your life, never even remember it. I killed people? Completely forgot. Now, as these findings were based just on case reports in medical literature and accounts that were, sent directly to the FDA, it is possible there are even more examples. Okay. These incidents can occur after the first dose of these sleep medications or after a long period of treatment, says FDA Acting Commissioner Dr. Ned Sharpless. It's not well understood how these medications trigger complex sleep behaviors that can lead to injury, FDA officials said. We don't know a damn thing. The agency will continue to monitor insomnia, but we really don't know a damn thing. We're just making this stuff up. The Navy gave us this stuff. They use this stuff to make their guys forget, and, they didn't need it anymore, so. Now listen, I have a minute and a half left in this show. So I just want to say, I want to get right down on level with you. We've spent this show as an insurance policy, yes, as a narrative, yes, as it's been a lot of things, hasn't it? But it's been about baby, hasn't it? You know that now. My beautiful baby needs to know about this time in her life and what happened during this time. Now, she was abducted, as you know, 5 months ago, more than 5 months ago, and I have not seen her until today. Today was the first time that I have seen her, and I got to spend a whole 2 hours with baby Anna, and and as you can imagine, the other visits up to this were failed, and there was one scheduled for tomorrow, and it looks like that's not going to work. So it's a one day at a time thing, and I'm working with some people that are super scared. So the love of my life is back in my life, and I'm so happy. Folks, it was like no time had passed at all. We just jumped right back into it, and she laughed and had the best time, and we played with balloons, and we played with dogs, and we played with guitars. And you know what? I want to thank you. I want to thank you all. I want to thank this show and everybody. Because, folks, we did it.